Hi everyone, and welcome to Whiteskys Wisdom. This is a general energies reading for Scorpio. I hope you're all doing well. Scorpio, you've been really trying hard to get your plans in order. Trying to get other people on the same page as you is literally being virtually impossible. Why won't people come to the party, you're asking yourself? I really thought I'd be able to manifest a lot faster here. Why can't people just get on board? As I keep on hearing you saying, why can't people just come to the table equally? What you have manifested may not exactly be all the things that you want from this world. As in, you thought you'd had a plan to manifest something and it turned out a little different, or at times completely different. You're sitting here wondering why. There was a grand plan. I had it all sorted. I had my ducks in a row, my life in order. I thought I had control of my finances, control of my emotions, control of my mind, control of my spirit. Didn't I? I hear you saying, didn't I have it all under control? At the time, yeah, absolutely you felt like you had it all under control, but there's been other factors. You can control what happens in your own mind, but you're realizing that other people have their own minds. And they may not exactly have understood the great game plan, or they're coming from their own stuff. Now, this is okay. And it's put you in a massive period of retrospectiveness. I had trouble saying that. You literally could be tongue-tied. I feel quite tongue-tied this morning. My throat tightening up. A bit of a headache coming over. Third eye blockage. I feel really dizzy. So you've been feeling disconnected from the planet, disconnected from your life, sort of floating around in a no man's land. Normally you'd just be going with the flow of this, but I think it's been 1, 2, 3 things, one after the other, that have come at you that have really put you off kilter. At times you could be wondering, is there anyone there to help? Is there anybody going to pick me up from where I am right now? And I think you're starting to realize that one person that is going to do that is you. The sadness, though, the realization that the people that you thought had your back or understood you completely don't. But I think you're also coming to the realization at the moment that the only person you can truly 100% understand and rely on, as I just said, is yourself. And I think you're also realizing that it's okay that this is like this. You're not going after retribution. You need to come on board. You need to get with the program. You know. There's been less projection outwards and trying to shake people or situations to see your point of view and to acknowledge you, to understand. And more internal. You're going down into the deep depths of you. Oh, how deep you are. How you need to rejoice in this deep dive into self. What joys it will bring to the surface and the things that are hidden. Scorpio, let's get into it. You really do feel like still at times telling people exactly how you feel about it all. Somebody else is coming at you with their thoughts and opinions and how they feel about it all too. Could be an air sign. But if they are, they're acting quite young, immature, reactive. Be careful not to come from that place yourself at the moment. It truly won't serve the situation. Oh, but how tempting it would be to just tell that person exactly how you feel about them disregarding you, ignoring you, not listening to your pleas. But hey, you're realising that there's absolutely nothing you can do to change someone's opinion. As I've said earlier, it seems to be you're going in circles. You're realising that people are really frustrating you, trying to tell them, and then you're realising people are people, and then you're going back out there trying to get people on board, and then you're realising people are people. Very frustrating, yes, but during this cyclical motion that you're going through here, you're realising each time you're filling your own cup up with knowledge and emotion. And yes, every time you spill that emotion out, you know that the next time around it's filling back up again because you're spending time internally in the interim, in the meantime. Things are happening a lot quicker now, so much faster than you expected. All these thoughts and opinions of others have actually got you to a point where you're actually pulling right back and actually having a look at how come people are reacting at me like this now. Is it them? Is it me? Is it them? Is it me? You're realising that you can't be everything to everyone. If they don't understand you, what's the point of towing the line? I'm just going to be me in all my absolutely amazing weirdness. Most of the lessons have been learnt in a relationship, possibly a romantic one. All the things that were said, all the emotions that were spilt. At times you just feel like shaking this other party and saying, can't you hear, can't you understand? But you're realising that's just folly. So as you go around this cycle of trying to get this other person or this other situation to get it and back into yourself, trying to get them to get it back into yourself, you're realising just how incredible that you are and how much you are getting to know yourself at the deepest levels. What you want to do during the day is changing. And also what you want to do for a living is changing. The last job is not doing it for you anymore. Massive transformation. The way you see the world and how you earn money is transforming rapidly. Am I going to be a slave to this system, I hear you saying? Oh no, not today, sir, not today. So you could be in a very formal position, very much in the 3D matrix. And on the weekends, you're putting pixie wings on and partying all the time, or it's a dual personality you're exhibiting. And you're trying to keep this underneath the radar. The straighter the job during the week, the less straight you are on the weekend. You're trying to find balance that way, but it's how long do you're feeling like, how long can I keep the mask up? How long can I put on my formal attire and show up at work looking straight and normal, when on the weekend I'm chasing the rainbow and communing with the butterflies? Why can't there be spirit in my job, and why can't my job be spirit? Well, why can't it? Will it take you to leave your 9 to 5? Will it take you to leave that long-standing relationship? You're asking these serious questions. It's time to rise, to get up, to dust yourself off. World travel could be really calling at you. You could be putting in a long service leave and taking off. You're planning it. You're doing it wisely. But the excitement is growing. Am I going to sit here in this office job, I hear you saying, for the rest of my days and just have a picture of the dream I'd like to have on the wall? You're maturing in your inspiration. You're looking out into the sunrise and realizing it is the dawn of a new day. That you are no longer going to choose this duality of life. That there has to be a balance. You're not seeing it external, so you're bringing it internal. You're making a huge metamorphosis, a massive change. You're choosing to live your soul now. Not a preconceived ideas put on you by society, partners, work colleagues, jobs. But where is the balance, I hear you asking, in this? Will I go, will people see me completely as a complete freak now, that if I, no longer do this anymore, that I become that? But how can you find happiness on this planet if you're not you 100? And how can the world fully know how to treat you if you don't show up like you 100? The world is asking everyone to be as authentic as they possibly can. So you're testing out your authenticity. Is this who I am? Is this who I am? Is this who I am? And I think you're playing with it. Do I see myself as this, or do I see myself as that? But I tell you what, once you actually come into whatever you see yourself as, you could, example, I'm going to be, I'm a fairy, everyone. And I'm going to dress like it at work now. You're wondering if everybody's going to see that he was absolutely nuts. But there must be a way you can bring this lightheartedness into what you do on your daily. And then if it doesn't work out, I think you're going to be going more for the lightheartedness than the heartache. Oh, the heartache you've suffered in the past. If only people knew the depths of it. But you're also showing yourself in the world that there is such an incredible exuberance in your spirit that can rise from any occasion here. Balance, I hear, balance, balance it, balance it, balance it. Don't swing the pendulum from one to the other, it's exhausting. Bring a little bit of the wonderfulness into your daily. Bring a little bit of heaven to earth. And I rarely see this card. Understand the miracle of living now. Whatever we're thinking, we're manifesting. The miracle of living now is we can be whatever we darn well want to be, who we want to be, see who we want to see, identify how we want to identify. It's just a choice of deciding what that is. But it doesn't have to be set in stone. You don't have to be this thing for the rest of your days and known for it through eons. You're showing the world how you can be flexible and flowing through this. Today, I'm a fairy. Tomorrow, I'm very ordered and organised. Okay, more advice. So your energy is very fluid and flowing. A new freedom of expression. No longer being bound to, oh, well, wait a second, Scorpio, you're this. Oh, wait a second, Scorpio, you need to do that. You need to do this. You need to get with the program. But you also need to watch out for people that might be lusting after your energy as well. This self-expression doesn't have to come at the cost of your physical body. Be very aware of that, of any excesses that do affect your physical body. Honor it like a temple, I'm hearing. Don't let anyone, interesting, anyone, all and sundry into your bedroom. Well, that's your own spirit, that's their own thing, but the more energies we engage with in a very intimate way, Spirit's saying, the more our energies can get discombobulated to a point where we can't figure out what's ours and what's others. So while you're going through this transition of trying to figure out exactly what you are, what you want to do, what you stand for, it's really important to actually have a lot of your energy to yourself as you can, to be a little bit more inward than outward with your energy. And realize that you are the alchemist in your life. You have the ability to change from one thing to another. Aligning with love leads you to your life purpose. I always question this card because is that what love is? Chasing after somebody else in the distance? Or is it realizing that you can follow that rainbow to something lighter and freer? Oh, look at any more love blocks that might be here. Do you like what you see in the mirror, Scorpio? You need to tell the person in that mirror that they are absolutely amazing. They have got it. You look fantastic today. I love you. To that vision in the mirror there. Love yourself just the way you are. Exactly the way you are. And don't let other people tell you that you need to change to be loved. Because that's not the way it works. You do you, Scorpio. You fly that freak flag. I really hope that helped. If you'd like to subscribe and all that good stuff, I'd just like to say thank you so much. and bye for now.